Welcome to the MyAZ Lawyers Law Firm podcast. We provide the right resources on family law so you can stay informed. The attorneys at MyAZ Lawyers have the knowledge and expertise needed for your case and will give you the tools to protect your family and your rights. This podcast series is reviewed and approved by attorney Candice Callan.
In this episode, we'll be covering everything you need to know about common law marriage in Arizona. Most people believe that if you live or cohabitate with a person for 7 years, you are as good as married, or at least in the eyes of the state, you are married. You may have not convinced your mother, who wants you to have a ceremony and make it official that you are married. But in some states, as long as you meet the requirements, you are hitched through a common law marriage. Just remember that common law marriages do not apply to every state. First, let's review the specifics regarding common law marriage in Arizona. Arizona does not recognize common law marriage, generally speaking. The Constitution of the United States requires that states give full faith and credit to court orders from other states, which could include a common law marriage. Practically speaking, a couple that meets the criteria to be common law married in another state will not be afforded the option of filing a traditional dissolution if and when the relationship ends in Arizona. Arizona also does not recognize common law marriages created within the state under ARS Section 25-111. However, Arizona does not exactly recognize common law marriages that are validly contracted in other jurisdictions either, stated under ARS Section 25-112. Thus, validity may depend on compliance with the requirements of the place where the relationship was established. While Arizona does not recognize common law marriage, parties who have resided together may have remedies in contract law to receive reimbursement for property purchased together and similar claims. Confused? We don't blame you. But don't worry, we recommend you contact an experienced Phoenix family law attorney if you have specific questions regarding marriages of common law in Arizona. Now, let's discuss some of Arizona's common law guidelines. Each state does have specific guidelines and conditions as to the relationships that constitute common law. If a couple meets the criteria according to the law and lives in a state that recognizes common law as an actual marriage, that couple is legally married in every way. Here's what makes this interesting. A couple is legally married under this law, even if they do not hold a marriage license. A couple can use the same last name, call each other Mr. and Mrs., husband and wife, and file joint tax returns. Additionally, couples married by common law basically live by the same rules as a couple married in the traditional manner. Therefore, even though there was never a wedding ceremony or marriage license, a couple bound by common law that wants to split must still get a divorce. This marriage in a common law situation actually is known as an informal marriage or a marriage by habit and is a contractual joining of a couple. Common law is often confused with domestic partnership or other long-term relationships. Therefore, when a couple cohabitates for many years, just because they live together and act like they are married, unless they have the official contract or union by common law in their state, they are just two people living together for a really, really long time. Thus, if you do not live in a state with common law marriage, it doesn't matter how many years you live with your partner. You may have a personal commitment to one another, love each other unequivocally, yet there is nothing legally binding. Some couples decide they do not want to get married, but instead live together like they were married, sharing bills, combining assets, sharing accounts, buying a home, building equity. Additionally, among the common marriage myths is the often heard, well, if you live with someone for 7 years, then you are legally married. This might be true in some states, but not in Arizona. So, what happens if the couple splits? If their relationship was never recognized by their state as a common law relationship or marriage, they are really back to the boyfriend-girlfriend we might as well have only been dating 2-week stage of their relationship. It is difficult to end a long-term relationship when the breakup makes way for disputes about the division of property. A common law partnership can only exist if you are a couple who lives together for a required and significant length of time in a state that recognizes these marriages. Therefore, if you hold yourself to the standard of a married couple in your community or employment, A court may view your situation as one that may be deemed a marriage by common law. You might be wondering, if I have been with my partner for over 7 years, am I married now? So, you've been with your partner for a long time. It's time to start considering yourselves common law married, a sort of marriage-like status that triggers when you've lived together for 7 years, right? Nope, don't believe everything you hear because that's all bogus. For once, common law marriage, which traces its roots to Old English law, isn't a nationwide thing. It exists in only a small number of states. Therefore, unless you live in one of those states, getting hitched will involve an official I do ceremony. Also, thinking that common law kicks in after partners live together for a certain period of time is wrong. That's a flat-out myth as well. Finally, do you find yourself in a gray area regarding common law? Contact our experienced Arizona family lawyers to dissipate any doubts. If you don't fully understand common law, seek the advice of an experienced Arizona family law lawyer immediately. At My AZ Lawyers, we offer free consultations to give you grounded advice, point you in the right direction, or help you resolve any family law or common law situations that you may have. My AZ Lawyers family law legal team has experience representing Arizona residents in family law matters. When it comes to protecting your rights, your family, your property and assets, and your children, you need an attorney who is knowledgeable in Arizona family law. Our legal services include handling complex issues like divorce, child custody, order of protection, spousal support, grandparents' rights, domestic violence, and all kinds of child support modifications. By all means, contact My AZ Lawyers today to find out how one of our attorneys may be able to help you protect your legal rights, while also showing your case the sensitivity it deserves as you decipher your common law situation. Call 480-448-9800 to schedule your free consultation with an experienced member of our Arizona law firm, or visit us online at myazlawyers.com.
Thank you for listening to the My AZ Lawyers Law Firm podcast. Family law issues in Arizona are very serious and require the legal representation and guidance of an experienced family law attorney. At My AZ Lawyers, we'll aggressively defend your case to the best of our abilities. Contact My AZ Lawyers today to get a free evaluation and find the peace of mind you deserve.